Okay. What's up, YouTube? HPJ here. And today is the day that I reach 1,400 days in the past. So as Pat starts to update with new content for today, and as I log in, because the login is slow. Really, guys? Okay, here it goes. Updating versions, PowerPoints, and yes, accumulative 1,400 days in past. So let me take my picture and let's go retrieve my award. So my award, just like anyone else, is after you reach 100 days, you will receive 10 magic stones added to your account. Receiving the additional stone today for the login bonus, and I'm going to be rolling today for whichever jewel wants to be rolled. So, bam, jewel. And I wanted to give you guys the full experience of what I have today in my box. Because every 50 days, I'm going to do a video to reflect, the change in box. Within 50 days, the content of the game changes tremendously. The last update we had was actually 2 days ago, where the entire game layout changed. We had monster enhancements in the monster section. In the shop section, we have access to a lot of our monsters, decreasing the amount of cards needed to trade them in for other monsters, as well as the large amount of stuff that has been added, like descent monsters have now changed. They have changed themselves into this quota of, if you have X amount of cards, if you have a specific monster, you can change them into medium water eggs, large eggs. The sin bosses have now just been relegated to, if you evolve them, they become eggs. I think it's the rare evolve material. Yeah, they have become eggs, and you swap them in for eggs. So that way, I guess it kind of cuts the middleman, but it also in terms, there's a possibility that other cards could potentially have this. Could monsters drop as eggs? What is Gunma needed for? I don't remember. Can Gunma evolve? Did I miss that? Because I have Gunma. I actually haven't even evolved my Gunma. I have Gunma. I didn't know someone used Gunma as material. I do remember they said Gunma was getting an evolution into Super Gunma. You need like 5 more Gunma to make Super Gunma. But yeah, that is some of the big changes. I also go through monsters enhancement, where you can pretty much skill up your monsters. You also have the ability to put monsters into your enhancements, so that you can pick from a pool of points instead of having to rush through a dungeon hoping that they drop a Pacific Plus egg, and that Pacific Plus egg fuels your point system. So instead of having to do all that extra work, they just threw everything into this, and then you can pretty much select your skill up, you can select your enhancements, you can select your awakenings, latent awakenings, level limit breakthroughs, and super awakenings. So it's a lot of the new stuff that was a hassle before, and just became an increase. Now, what do I want to do first? Well, what I first do is I'm going to clear the first 2 reward dungeons we have today. We have Steam Rewards, which is the random pie, or P, that I don't understand why people call them pies. I always call them peas, because it's not a pie, because pie would be PY. I guess in terms of the full names, a lot of them do have that whole vowel before E situation, but then you also have Y, so it kind of, it complicates. The English language is complicated. But I call them pies. I don't call them peas. Like I call one shine pea, or what's a good example? Bubble pea or blue pea. I call it blue pea. I don't call it blue peas or blue pie. So it's one of those situations of, is this the right pronunciation or is it not? I'm kind of curious, what will my drop be for today? Because I'm actually going to save my stones for tomorrow's descent. Um, oh, it's wood. Because tomorrow is I believe it's going to be a God Fest. And it's going to feature the newer monsters who just got all their awakenings. So we'll see the Three Kingdoms 2. We'll see a lot of, because I'm pretty sure a lot of people are going to be pulling, are going to be trying to roll so they can pull for um, Diao Chan, because she has her evolution. Mao Chan has his evolution. I believe a couple of more monsters have. Oh, the angels, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel have their reincarnated forms. The archangels, Amen, Lucifer, they all have theirs. So it's gonna be a lot of people wanting to accept roll tomorrow. So probably not going to waste my stones. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow and roll. I do believe that it they are in the rare egg. Yeah, they are in the rare egg machine. Yes, and then if you click on, oh, this is something that they also added since yesterday. If you click on the card name, it will show you the information of the card and its evolution. Okay, it cannot be pulled from this egg machine. Yes, no, saying that the evolution can't be pulled, but the card used for its evolution can be. So you have Zhao Dun, and you have Warrior General Zhao Dun. So they show you the type, its evolution, max turns, its ability, its skills, its leader skill, and all of that. Um, you can easily do that. I think it should have just went right back here, but it did. No, I pressed the wrong button. But yeah, here's pretty much what a lot of people are probably going to go for. Diao Chan. And then Diao Chan has her evolution into Awoken Diao Chan. Or you can go into Alluring Songstress Diao Chan. Now, the only difference between the two, honestly, is Diao Chan changes her typing completely. She goes Devil Dragon instead of God Healer. And her main skill changes. She has Moonlight Secret Dance instead of Moonlight Serenade. Where in her her previous skill, it removes lock orbs, plus 2 seconds for one turn. And where her awoken form does a reduce awoken skill bind for 2 turns, or movement increase by 2 seconds for one turn. She still holds 7x6 board, but instead of 4 times attack and 1.5 RCV when light and dark attack at once, she has the 2 times attack and 1 times RCV with plus 8 combos, and 4 times attack and reduced damage with 5 plus linked light orbs. Which is also funny because she has like 3 locked orb awakenings on her in a super skill boost, where her other form has just the regular skill boost, a 7 combo awakening, and 2 light resist, 2 dark resist damage on her. So it's pretty much like the biggest changes is that 4 skills got replaced for, instead of 8 skills, she'll have 7 skills, but the big skills are pretty much there to help certify what her original skill was doing. So it's a lot that has changed, but it still makes Diao Chan still a viable monster. Of course, Simi here. A lot of the other cards are here, actually. I think, did Simi get his evolution? No, he didn't. Because I know Simi has one, but I think that also changes his leader skill. And then, of course, just the regular stuff. We have the Mesopotamian gods, we have the Valkyries, um, in the archangels, because they have their evolution. Chow Chow, Sun Quan. Also, even Three Kingdoms 1 is pushed in here. We have a lot of the archangels, we have a lot of the regular angels, and then, of course, all your little throw-in monsters. I see checking to see did they put any. No, Apocalypse is here. Metatron's here. Light Metatron, if anyone wants to have another one so that you can have her assist evolution, which I heard did get a buff. No, it did get the buff in one of the previous updates. Hanzo, Lucifer, Liu Bei. There's a lot of cards here. I'm not gonna roll today. I'm gonna roll tomorrow. So let me give you guys a synopsis of teams. One of the teams you probably just saw, and that's pretty much my Raw Dragon team. So let's go actually start off with one of my big teams right now, and that is Giora from the Magic the Gathering collab. Giora is a great leader. She has a good amount of skills on her, and her awakenings are tremendous. She is a 7x6 board leader, 3 times attack when fire and water attack at once, 3 times attack and reduce damage with 8+ combos. So she's in a similar combination. She's like, she's not as big in sense of the word like Diabolos, but Diabolos over her has like the guard breaker ability. They do generate the reduced damage for combos, but I think his is on a higher multiplier than hers. She comes with this big buff right here, which is the King Combo Awakening, which no one really has in the game right now except her, I believe. And the fact that she has 3 stat skill boosts on her, 2 skill resist, really helps her in buffing the team's skills up and then going in to protect herself from being blocked. In her own skill. Her own skill isn't too bad. It's a recovery of 50% of your max HP. In all awoken binds and skills reduced are all awoken binds and bind skills status will be reduced, and all other ally skills will be charged by 1 turn. So it helps. She's a really good lead in the sense of she helps you deal with a lot of the stuff that has become an issue in a lot of dungeons. For her team, I just really stacked together a couple of monsters. I have Haku to fill in for the board change, because she really does need a board change if you want to get the fire and water together. I didn't put too many Hakus on her team because I wanted to fill in for a lot of the areas that need to be filled in. Like for instance, I have Ryune here because Ryune helps in the terms of getting a large portion of follow-up attacks done, because I needed a follow-up attack in the Pacific Dungeon and I was afraid I didn't have it, so I had to bring Ryune. I was going to bring Saria, but Saria didn't really help in terms of combination of the attributes, because I wish I had. There was a dragon caller that did water and fire. I don't think it's a dragon bound that's it, or it probably is a dragon bound. I just don't have that dragon bound. Odin Dragon's here because what's the point of having 1 blind recovery without 2? And I needed someone to fill in for the green. So speaking of green as well, I put in Fujin, because Fujin is really good help when it comes to dealing with voiding damage reduction and damage absorption, not damage reduction. And she has a lot of skills stacked onto her. My next team was Ganesha, which Ganesha I only really use for Mondays, because that's how I ended up getting to 480. I was about 450, made it to 480. I still got 20 more levels, 20 more ranks till I'm rank 500. Trust I'll do a video for that too. I need to awoken Ganesh. I need to get Ganesh's awoken skills together as well. we get Ganesh just up to speed and up to par, so that way Ganesh's team doesn't feel the, let down from its leader. I just threw everybody on here I possibly could. Nini's here, Sari's here, Ra's here, and Odin Dragon. I still rocking a classic Liu Bei team for farming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday dungeon, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday dungeons. I have Balboa attached to him because I think I was running a particular challenge dungeon that Liu Bei. It was the one that Liu Bei could run because it was 5 floors, but you needed stuff to protect Liu Bei. And the Zeus Dios that she had on the team, no one really cares what happens to Tengu. Like, I could have thrown a skill on the Tengu and not really cared. But yeah, Tengu is just here to be here, and I have, of course, all my other cards, being 3 copies of Zeus Dios. One Zeus Dios is holding Australis. The other Zeus Dios, I believe, is holding Ace Bassett as his assist, and I think the last one is holding Ochi as his assist. We'll move on to my Tachibana team. This is probably one of the longer teams that I was running. If not, well, I think DQXQ is probably in that category. But this is Tachi right now. I'm not going to evolve Tachi because Tachi loses her 7x6 board. And then she also loses her... Well, she gains more damage, but she gets no Skyfall combo. And with a leader like her in Nohime, I think they kind of hurt from that no Skyfall. I'd rather just have this in the 7 combo awakenings instead of having to deal with a leader that doesn't have, has that issue of, because this is new Tachibana, and she loses a lot in her evolution. Like, even though she gets the 5 times attack reduced damage, but I'd rather have my board be big enough to where I can drop 7 combos than have a small board and can't do that. Like, she's not like Kushinada Hime. She isn't like, I think Kushinada Hime is probably a bigger example, but Kushinada didn't start off as a 7x6 board leader and then lost her 7x board in an evolution split. So that's why I'm going to keep the regular evolution the way she is. Same thing with, I don't think I have Nohime. Yeah, same thing with Nohime. I didn't want to lose what, made them great to replace something that wasn't going to be helpful. So with Tachi, I have Detour Loving Goddess Sakuya. And Sakuya has a ton of stuff attached to her. She has that L attack. She has the major skill boost, and then she has resist skill bind, with of course enhancements in fire, water, wood, and light. Practically, depending on if you have all of the goddesses from the Valentine's Day collab, each of them had this attached to them where they had the skill boost, and then they had the L-shape awakening, and then they had whatever colors that they generated on the board. I think this is actually one of the best forms of Sakuya because it's a board changer. It fits with her combo, as opposed to sticking board changers onto her team and having to rely on them to do a lot of the support. I also have attached to her, I believe this is the little box that came with, the Valentine's Day chocolate for goddesses, that I stuck right onto her to give her the additional hearts, HP, and team HP buff. So that worked out pretty well. I have Saria on her 7 combo awakening, follow-up attack, team boost. Of course, Odin Dragon, and then I have Sharius Root. Sharius Root has Guard Breaker. Sharius Root has Dragon Killer, and God Killer attached to him. So I have some killers depending on what team. I also want to point out that my Saria has Machine and Healer Killer on her. So if I have to come into contact with machines, I can do more damage. If I come into healers, I can do more damage. There's a lot of machines that have a lot of hefty HP. And you want to knock through those dungeons as quick as possible. Fujin, one of my recent achieves, is having Fusion, and I like this Fusion better than I like Fusion's evolution. Because I'm not a big fan of the hard cross meta. Um, I was when Mirror was a card, but Mirror kind of fell herself off because of the hard cross meta, and then all these 7 combo awakening leaders were coming, and it was like, well, I'd rather just run combo boost teams and teams that reflect on combos instead of having to use so much gimmicks to do defenses and stuff. So that's why I put Fusion as a lead, and Fusion's been doing pretty well. I've put a lot of content thanks to Fusion. Fusion is followed by Mei Mei, and this is reincarnated Mei Mei. If I can get to Mei Mei, there we go. It's reincarnated Mei Mei. Love reincarnated Mei Mei. I love her artwork too. She'll change my board to water, wood, and dark, and gives a haste to skills for 1 turn. It's probably the prettiest of Mei Mei I've seen. We have Rionave, and like, because pretty much this Fusion needs attackers for her. She boosts up attackers. I have a lot of attackers on the team. I actually need to skill him up, level him up too. This is one of his evolution forms, and he changes 2 non-wood orbs to heal, and then changes jammers and poisons into wood orbs. So combos away. And then I have Verdandi. This is one of 2 evolutions of Verdandi that I own. I think I own the second version of Verdandi. Yep, I own the second version of Verdandi. But yeah, Verdandi's just here because she also has follow-up attack in a 7 combo. Talked about Nohime, but I can talk about the only 2 pieces on Nohime that probably do matter. Simigi, who clears locked orbs, and Caster, who's supposed to also clear locked orbs, but as you can tell, I haven't been doing too well in these putting awakening skills on anybody. I just evolved Caster. So, this is a walking caster? Yeah, this is a walking caster. So, you can tell I haven't been focusing on a lot of my cards. I've just been getting them and trying to fully evolve them. This is Raw Dragon team. Despite the fact that Nini's on Raw Dragon team, Raw Dragon is pretty much here to do one thing, and that's farm. And one-shot stuff. Otherwise, he's on the other teams. He's one-shot. He's doing that exclusive true damage. And then I can just swipe because he has look at all of these time extents I put on him. And that's 6 full time extents. I have Wedding Collab Ra to do some damage as well. Like, I have a lot of these just one-shotters. I have Melissa. I have Memorial Timadra. Besides, because I can't favor Memorial Timadra no more. All Timadra's got unfollowed if you have them, and then they drop to the bottom because now they're stackable. I have 2 Touch Abundant teams. Okay, I need to fix that. Dark Athena is my next team. D Athena's getting the evolution that we've heard in, her team pretty much 3 Hakus and then Loki. But because I don't own Loki, I put my girl Amaterasu Okami on the team. I might switch Amaterasu for Odin, because Odin generates, actually I can do that now, because Odin generates something Amaterasu doesn't, and that's wood, and he also still provides light. And yeah, I'm gonna get a lot of usage out of having Odin Dragon on the team. And I think Odin Dragon is only 1 higher than her, but for all the stuff that he brings with him, Odin Dragon is a lot more useful right now than Amaterasu. I have Kami Misubi. I rolled her not too long ago, and I'm going to be using her pretty soon. That's why her team is together. And on her team is Nohime, Caster, Sumigi, and Odin Dragon. And that's pretty much it for the teams. Any other little stuff that I want to point out through my box is pretty simple. I have a lot of all my favorites. I haven't moved a lot of cards over to the leaders yet, or subs, because I just haven't had a lot of time. to really do stuff, but I'll go over it pretty much. I got a couple of cards um, from the last collab, which was the um, NTG collab. For those who don't know, NTG is spelled out bigger for you. It's the Magic the Gathering collab, where we've got where I got my uh, Chandra Nalara. I got a couple of cards from here, I think about 3. I got Hinokagasuchi, who just sits there. Leyland from the Valentine's Day collab, she's sitting near Horus. And I, thanks to Horus, I have all 5 versions of Egyptian gods collab. Egyptian god Pantheon 1. He was the last one I didn't have. I got a couple other cards. I have Yamato. I have a couple of jewel princesses like Carrot. I have number 6, right? Yeah, it's number 6, the Dragon Bound. I have the other Dragon Bound, which I believe is somewhere down here. Where is... Or up here. No, there it is. I have Erna. I have... Oop, we're skipping ahead. Got Red Athena. Because why not? Need to max her out too. Got Minerva. So who am I missing? I'm missing Ceres, Neptune, and Hades. That's the only ones I don't have from Greco Gods 1. I got a couple of, I got Zaldun, so I don't need that no more. A couple of Dragon Bounds. My Red Sonya, who if she gets a Mega Awoken Red Dragon Color Sonya, I'm going to de-evolve her so fast and can go to the other version. Speaking of other versions, I have the other version of Sonya, which is Powerful God Color Sonya. So maybe this one might become the other Sonya, and then I can have that Sonya and this Sonya, that Sonya and the other Sonya work together. I have reincarnated. Actually, let's talk about one of my first MP dragons, and it's Shiva. So I have Shiva Dragon. Right after evolving Shiva Dragon just sits here. It's sad to say that, but it's true. Shiva just sits here. Like if Shiva, Rodden got awoken forms, their awoken forms would have to do a lot of perseverance and do a lot of things that their other forms couldn't do. A lot of assist stuff, couple of things here and there. I have what is this? Gangning. I have reincarnated Isis. Love her. Sarasvati as well. I think Sarasvati is holding Bakhmik, so she's holding one of the 2 hero monsters. I got reincarnated Sun Quan. If I roll another Sun Quan, I'm going to just go straight to one of the other versions of Sun Quan. That is... I know he's still a hero, right? Yeah, he's still a hero, but I want the blue-green version, because that was one of my favorites. I pulled Viper Orochi. Intra's kind of a lot faster. Lakshmi, Blue Hunter, Nini, Samari, yeah, Samir. Another Dragon Caller, Destel. A lot of the Dragon Callers I just kept because I didn't want to get rid of them. And then people were like, no, don't get rid of them because they can be really useful later on, and they have triple stack awakenings on them. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just keep them around. Verdandi, Kushi, Nadahime, Astralis. Is this Artemis? Yeah, this is Artemis. I have Artemis. I have Ganma. I have my Bassett. Of course, a lot of these guys haven't been awoken yet because they're just sitting here doing stuff. A lot of other cards just sitting here doing stuff. Like I have Zhao Yun, who's just sitting here doing stuff. I just got this Susanoo Mikoto, and I'll be using him on the team. Just don't know when exactly. Kaede, I'm actually waiting for more Kaede, so I can go more Kaede and have my Kaede team. This is Ramona, Zhao's, of course, Harris. I also have another copy of Fujins. I have both Fujins. Because when you start rolling multiples, start making the other copies of them. I have Odin, but I just haven't done anything with Odin. Odin's just gonna probably sit there. With the exception of Haku, I have Haku, Leyland, Mei, and Zarya, so I'm only missing one more monster. Jesus, I need to do something about this. Oh my god, they've raised up her max turns. Her max turns used to be 5. Now it's 8. I mean 10. Or used to be 8. Now it's 10. Oh, so I got some work to do to get her skills up together. Everything's on her right. There's Kali. Not my Kali. I got Raphael in reincarnated form. I have regular Raphael as well. So I have 2 versions of Raphael. I have Piedmon. I got Shiny Horse. I have Coloring Book Horse. I have Pollux. She looks really pretty in this in her awoken form. I can't wait to see what her reincarnated form looks like. Dragon Ball Lee, which I'm super happy to roll her. She's one of those Switch monsters, so really excited to have her around. What is this, Sandalphon? Yep, this is Sandalphon from the Chinese New Year collab. This is Valentine's Day Kishinada Hime, which a lot of those monsters are really easy to upgrade real fast. I have Awoken Apollo. I have my DQXQ. This is one of my first monsters that I built a big team around, did a lot of work around to get a team built around her, and so glad I have her. I just wish she didn't lose her healer status. That was one of the things that a lot of people liked DQXQ. When she was a healer, she was a big healer, she was a big team buff from her healers. Now she's just a regular light lead. Sad face. So that's why I have multiple copies of her. I have Sacred Zhao Quan. I have Awoken DQXQ. And I think I have regular DQX. I think I have regular DQ around here. Let me see. I have Chibi DQXQ. Reincarnated DQXQ. Oh yeah, here's DQ. So yeah, I have practically every form of DQXQ. Actually, let's look at DQXQ, and then bam, I practically have every form of DQXQ, except for her original forms. I have Arthur, which I need to work on Arthur, so I can have Arthur join Raw Dragon. Here's one of my big favorites. Raw, but this is Raw Dragon. I was looking at one and didn't see the other. Because funny enough, I have everything to assemble Raw Dragon team. The problem is Raw Dragon team is not as good as it used to be. If anything, if Raw Dragon ever gets an evolution, like if he gets an awoken form and reincarnated form, 7x6 board for Raw Dragon. Because that honestly would be the best buff anyone could have given Raw Dragon. Is 7x6 board, attack increase when matching 4 attributes, 3+ heart, and then the skills if you match, and then this boost for all, the boost in general for all your attributes. And my thing is, because I've always asked this question, no one really has helped me with Raw Dragon in answering this question, is when you're building Raw Dragon team, do you really need the full multiplier? Because this says 4+ attribute, and this pretty much just states 3 attributes of heal. So can you build a team off of Raw Dragon that consists of monsters who don't share, who make, 3 colors plus hearts? Can that work? And then they still be God type. So maybe someone in the comments section can help me with that. Continuing Raw Dragon teams, I do have Kana, I have Isis, I have a lot of stuff to build Raw Dragon. We also have Ganesha, I have Linka, who I just fully evolved, and I gotta figure out where her evolution, her skill ups. So I'll probably just have shinies thrown at her. Another monster that I own Elia. Ellie is a really good monster. For her low, but her Holy Star skill is maxed out. She's a really good light sub. Um, Fat Chocobo, like fat Chocobo. Because I'm a fan of Final Fantasy, so I was really happy to see Fat Chocobo. I got that really hard and difficult omnipotent god Zeus. I have the Holy Meditation Metatron with guard break and a whole lot of HP. Attached to her, 3 Haku. So you guys can see Haku. I didn't put any skills on Haku. I'll think about it of what I'm gonna put on Haku. I have a Purification Goddess, Izanami, Petrifying Yomi Goddess Izanami. I I was running Yuzu with something, and I just said, you know what, I have her, max her out. I have Reverse Sonya Grand. I have Coloring Book Sonya Grand. Reverse. I have just a ton of cards from Black Hero. As I start getting a lot of dark leads, I got Zerog Infinity, couple of the Vamps, Cammy, Durga, Zao. I have 2 Zaos now. This one's probably going to be the Evolution. The other one's probably going to be the Split Evolution. I have Sasuke. I have Extramali. Do I have Dark Metatron? I think I do have Dark Metatron. Yep. Got Dark Metatron with the no Skyfall combos. Simigi's up there. I have reincarnated Tsukuyomi. I have Nay. I didn't show all my nays. I have like 3 versions of Nay. I have this Nay. Hold on. Wait, I can show you guys through this. So yeah, I got white Nay. And then I have regular Nay, which I'm gonna max them out. Here's one of my big hitters. Finally got her, Miss Dark Callie. And I've altered her split evolution because I got more out of her split evolution. And I can easily just throw D-Callie onto a lot of teams because she has I create the board of all 6. I can refresh the board pretty much in her effect. And she was one of, I'm just so happy that I rolled her. If I get another one, then I'm going to make her other evolution. Despite the fact it doesn't have the Senvo Combo Awakening, it doesn't have the Guard Break. It is, one of the essentials for route teams. Or it doesn't really have to be essential for route team because Isis now has red on her and blue. These would be 2 darks, and I practically just need someone to cover green. And 9 out of 10 is going to be Dragon covering green. But I'd at least have my 2 board refreshers, my blind clears, my heavy bind, and skill clears. And then I have Raw Dragon taking the lead. And then I have Uranus, which I haven't really had use of Uranus, but Uranus is here. And that's pretty much it. For this box. Some other cards I should mention. I do have Anubis. I did show off Liu Bei in them. Am I missing anyone? I got Female Hunter. I don't use her. I have a lot of stuff here. But yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. Really not many people. Mao Chan. I got a couple more the Heroine collab monsters? I got a lot of Heroine collab monsters. Artemis, who's going to become reincarnated Artemis pretty soon. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But I really have to show off. Let's go to Quest Dungeons. I already completed 1/2 of July's. I need to finish the rest. The challenge dungeons are giving me hell. Degrees of difficulty, I've made it all the way to Legends Plus. I have one more thing for Legends Plus. And I believe that's scoring in a particular dungeon with enough score under 35% or less. I have Mythic Dungeon. Just still finished because I still have a couple of things to finish off there. Then I have Annihilation, which I really know I have to finish off. And that's going to be a doozy. Ain't even gonna lie, that's gonna be a doozy. I didn't know I was even doing this. So I had PAL points, and I had Oh, that's right. I do want the Grand Prix draw. I don't want these PowerPoints till the rare machine comes around, and then I can just start flushing that out for bit monsters. And let's see, no continues. I just went through that. Mechanics. I think I've done everything. I haven't had a crown, and I'm still working on the 297 monsters. That's the only thing I haven't done. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll just wrap up the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Until next time, HPJ signing out. Take care.